Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Modupe Olakunle, and I know it's been a while. I've not been making videos for a while now. I've been a bit busy, but I'm back again with another scholarship video. Yes. If you are just joining in or you are just tuning in, welcome to my YouTube channel. I post videos on scholarship, study abroad, travel informations, and how to relocate abroad generally, and also videos on how to make money online. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for tuning in. Please, on today's video, I'm going to be talking about a very prestigious scholarship in Germany. For people that want to study in Germany, for a while now, I've been posting scholarships in Germany. So I'm going to post, this video is on another scholarship. Please come along with me as I take you through the processes for this scholarship. So on today's video, we're going to be looking at the SBW Berlin Scholarship. So this scholarship is unique, and the reason why I said is unique is because you can apply all year round. It does not have an application deadline. It does not have, it does not have a specific, sorry, it does not have a specific time for you to apply. You can apply all year round. So let me just walk you through how to apply to this scholarship. And this scholarship is for both masters and bachelor's degree. If you're going to study for bachelor's degree, masters, and PhD, this scholarship is for you, and it's for, you know, practically all types of courses that you want to study. So let me just take you through the scholarship, the scholarship page. So I'm going to be putting the link for the scholarship page down in the description box. So please go there to the description and check the scholarship out. I will not be reading everything word for word. I will not be going through everything, but you have to, research yourself, read all the other things that I'm not going to be reading word for word, so you can have a better understanding of this about the scholarship. So here is the page. So we're going to go to the guideline because this guideline is actually where like the information is. But before we go to the guideline, I just quickly want to show you something down here. So this is basically what you have to do for the scholarship. First of all, you have to read the guideline. Then you submit recommendation or motivational statement letter. Then you will receive a link from the scholarship body to invite you for application. Then you submit your application and additional documents. So basically, you first read the guidelines and all the information about the scholarship and the criteria. Then you submit a recommendation or motivation letter. So when you submit your motivation letter and they go through your motivation letter, they see that yes, what you write is what they resonate with, or they like how you structured your motivation letter, or they resonate with everything that you've written there, then they will now send you a link. But if they don't send you a link, that means your motivation does not align with what they are looking for. But if your motivation aligns with what they are looking for, then they will send you a link for the application. So basically, there is no application link until you send a motivation letter to them. They read it, they see that whatever it is that you are looking for, or you want, or you are going to study, aligns with whatever it is that they want. Then they send you a link, then you apply, and you submit your additional documents and all of that. This scholarship is in Germany, like I said, and you don't need to pay for normally schools in Germany, you don't need to pay for application fee. So you're not paying any money. You don't need to pay for the scholarship application. You don't need to pay for applying to the university for your application. No payment at all. But there are some schools that you have to pay. You have to apply through is it study link? There's a particular link where you can apply through. Forgotten the name of the link, but I'll put it like so you can see the link. That's when it comes to application to schools in Germany, where you have to pay a certain amount of money. But generally, most schools in Germany, you don't pay application fee, you just apply, and that's it. So let's go back to the guidelines. So we're going to the guidelines right now. So when you click on the guidelines by the right hand side, to take you to this document where we can talk about the details of the scholarship. So these are the guidelines of the SBW Berlin Scholarship. These are the objectives. Please, you can, read that by yourself, because if I start to read, the video is going to be getting too long. So you can read that. SBW Berlin's expectations for applicants and incoming recipients. You can read that on your own. Let's just go down. Who can apply? Now let's start from here. Who can apply to this scholarship? Foreign nationals whose home country appear to have a particular need for development assistance. So if you're from a underdeveloped country or third world country, this scholarship is just perfect. Holders of student visa for Germany or a residence permit with the purpose of taking up or carrying out a course of study in Germany. So if you have already applied to university in Germany, but you have to apply to university in Berlin, there are two places where you can apply to: Berlin and one other place like that, Potsdam. Yeah, Potsdam. If you apply to schools in Berlin and Potsdam, then you can apply to the scholarship. If you have already if you've already have your student visa and you're in Germany and maybe you're in your first year, you can apply to the scholarship. But once you're already entering your second year, then you cannot apply to the scholarship. So holders of student visas for Germany or resident permit can also apply to the scholarship. Students Students whose studies in Germany are already being funded by another scholarship are not eligible to apply. So if you are in Germany with another scholarship, maybe like that scholarship, you are not eligible to apply. Once you already have a source of funding before, you cannot apply to the scholarship. An exception to this rule is assistance under the Federal Educational Assistance Act. In this case, the amount of the scholarship is adjusted according to the BAFOG allowance. So if you are an exception to this is if you have a scholarship under this Federal Educational Assistance body, then they can give you this other scholarship, this Berlin scholarship, but they will adjust the allowance because you already have this Federal Education Assistance Act scholarship. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So application requirements. What are the application requirements? You must be between the age of 18 and 30 years old. So from 18 to 30 years old. Professional or volunteer experience in non-profit social sector proven by social institutions letter of recommendation. So you must have worked or volunteered in a non-profit or social sector, and this can be proven by the institution's letter of recommendation. So if you worked in a non-profit organization or social sector, wherever you work, the head of the place of the organization or your manager or your boss can give you a recommendation letter having the institution's name at the letterhead. So the letter is going to have the letterhead of that institution. Then they will sign it. Maybe your boss will sign it, a recommendation letter. That's what you'll be presenting. Then able to prove that they have not stayed in Germany for more than 18 months before the application. So how you can prove that you've not been in Germany if you are applying from your home country is that you have to get an affidavit, letter of residency, affidavit of residency. You can get it in any high court or any court close to your area, to your, any court in your state, in the state that you are living. You get a affidavit of residency. There to state that you've been living in that particular state for, more than 18 months. You've been there, you put your house address, there's a format for it. When you get to the court in that your state, maybe federal high court or whatever court, there's a format for the affidavit of residency. Just ask them and they'll get it for you. They'll do it for you. Then qualification for university entrance. So of course, you must have finished university. If you're applying for masters and if you're applying for bachelor's, your high school qualification. Intention to work in their country of origin for at least 18 months after graduation or to engage in non-profit work until the repayment plan has been fulfilled. So for this, once they give you this scholarship, you have to work in your home country. You have to go back to your home country after the scholarship. So if you are a master's student and they gave you the scholarship for 2 years, after you finish your master's for 2 years, you have to go back to your home country for 18 months and stay there for 18 months. Then you can now move to any country that you want. Or if you don't want to go back to your home country after the whole master's and scholarship, the same for undergraduate too. If you are spending 3 or 4 years, after that 4 years of your undergraduate degree, you have to go back to your home country. You sign. Once you get the scholarship, they make you sign that agreement. So when you get back to your home country, you have to stay 18 months. Then after 18 months, you can move back to Germany or move to any country of your choice. Or if you don't want to go back to your home country, then you have to engage in a non-profit work in your home country until the repayment plan has been fulfilled. Meaning that you have to go back, you have to be in Germany, working in Germany, but then you have to participate in a non-profit work back in your home country. And then you have to repay the money for the scholarship. All the money spent on you during the scholarship, you have to pay them back in a repayment plan. So you have to pick one out of the two. The first condition is you either go back to your home country and stay there 18 months, working there, and then after 18 months, you can move back to Germany or any other place. Or you stay back in Germany, you don't want to go back to your own country, but you have to pay them back the money they spent on you for the scholarship. You have to pay all the scholarship money back in a payment plan. And also, you have to volunteer in your own country. So you'll be moving back and forth. You go back to your own country to volunteer, and then you pay them back the money in a repayment plan or the money they spent on you for the scholarship. So you pick one out of the two. So that's the simplest explanation to that. Then, able to prove a relatively low net income. So while you are applying, you have to prove that you have your family income is relatively small, is relatively low. So how to prove that is bank statement, job offer. If them, how am I supposed to put it? Yeah, bank statement, your salary account. You have to show that the income that you earn in your own country, or the one that your family, your father or your mother earns, is very low and is not able to give you that education that you want. Do you get? Then they can give you the scholarship. So they are more or less trying to sponsor people that cannot afford to go to school. So you have to prove that you cannot afford it. You cannot afford to travel. You have to prove it. Then you can prove it through bank statement, all of that. We'll get to that in this video. Ability to, average grade corresponding to a German grade point average of at least 2.0. No first degree family member who reside permanently in Germany. So you must not have a first degree family member that is living in Germany. You must not have any, just don't have any relative in Germany by the time you're applying. Application before the start of their university education or fully enrolled in the first, second, or max third semester at a state-recognized university in Germany or abroad, or application for a master's degree shortly before or after obtaining a bachelor's degree. So apply for a master's degree shortly before or after obtaining your bachelor's degree. So that's just that about that. Application which do not meet all these requirements stated above cannot be considered. So you have to meet this requirement before you can be considered for the scholarship. Deadline and application document. When applying for the scholarship, proof of the applicant's social commitment in the form of a letter of recommendation from a non-profit organization or social institution is required. I think I've talked about this in the beginning, before. I've talked about how you have to, either be working for a governmental organization, non-profit organization, or for a social institution. And your manager or the owner of the institution has to recommend you, have to write a letter of recommendation, or your boss have to write a letter of recommendation. And the name of the company, the name of the non-profit organization has to be on the heading of the letter, so they know it is from so non-profit organization. Do you get? Yeah. So only complete application can be considered. Applicants must submit at least the following documents: a letter of recommendation from a non-profit organization or social institution, like I have said, or one of the SBW Berlin partner organization by email. So you have to send this letter to them by email. Okay, the letter of recommendation has to be sent, I guess, yes, has to be sent from your non-profit organization to the email. So it's not like they'll write the letter and give you the letter to send it. The organization will send the letter on your behalf. So you have to give them, this is the email right here. This is the email right here. See, they said it. The non-profit organization or social institution submit the letter on behalf of the applicant as PDF to this email address. Sorry about that. To this email address. So the company or the non-governmental organization that is going to write the letter has to be the one to send the letter on your behalf. You give them this email address right here, application@sbw.berlin here. I'll put the link to this particular guideline in the description box so that you can go there and check it yourself and copy the email address. So you send the email, you give the email address to your boss at work in the non-profit organization or social institution, and they'll write the letter, they'll write the recommendation letter and send it to this email on your behalf. They will put your name, of course, in the letter so that they'll know it is you that they're writing the letter for. Your name, everything about you, they'll write about you, put it there, recommend you, and send it to this application, to this email address in form of PDF. So that's what they're just trying to say here by email in a PDF format. An application form, a link will be shared with outstanding applicants. So after they receive this email and they check all the emails and check all the recommendation letter, anyone that they choose, whichever one they like out of the recommendations, they'll pick the ones that they want to, give the scholarship to. Then when they pick the one that matches their taste, then they send them an email, because your email too will definitely be in the recommendation letter. Your boss will add your email to it. So they'll send you an email with a link. They'll send you an application form link, and this will be shared with outstanding applicants, meaning the applicant that they choose best. They'll send you an application form. Then after they send you the application form, project description, 2 to 5 pages. So you have to write a project description. So you're going to see a format of how to write the project description. Briefly, I will show you that. So those are like the 3 things to do. Then qualification of university entrance, information about the net household income, copy of the last school or university certificate that shows the grade point average, copy of your highest academic degree that shows the point grade average of your grade, and if available, if you don't have it, if it is available, copies of the following documents should be included if you have it. If you don't have it, admission to a university or University of Applied Science in Berlin or Potsdam. So I was saying that if it is only for universities in Berlin and Potsdam. So if you already applied to a university in Berlin, in Berlin or Potsdam, then you can include the admission letter that has been sent to you. But if you've not applied yet, no problem. But after you applied to this scholarship, once you start applying to this scholarship, please apply to a university in Berlin or Potsdam. Like, just Google universities in Potsdam, universities in Berlin. You see series of university, you can pick them and apply to them. Hopefully, most of them don't need application fee. Most of the schools in Germany, you don't pay application fee, so you can just apply. And some of them you have to apply through is it Uni Assist? Yes, Uni Assist. You have to apply through Uni Assist, and if you're applying through Uni Assist, some of them require you to pay, euros, pay like application fee. But some of them don't require that. So look at the ones that don't require that. So you can just apply and that's it. Internationally recognized language certificate for the language in which you study, in which your studies will be taught. So if you don't have it, most people might be wondering, is IELTS compulsory? Is like language certificate, is it compulsory, or language test? So if you don't have it, it's fine. You can always prove your language test or language proficiency by getting a letter from your school, a proficiency letter, language proficiency letter from your school stating that you studied in English language. You can always get that from your university. And if you are going for your undergraduate school, you don't need it. It's not, if you don't have it, then it's fine. Just apply, can apply with your WAEC. It's enough to prove that you wrote English exams. So that's that. But if you are going for masters, just get a letter of proficiency from your university, your undergraduate university, stating that your undergraduate degree was in English. That would suffice. And if you have an IELTS certificate, no problem, you can add it. But if you don't have it, it's fine. All already obtained university certificate and record of achievement. All previous work training, apprenticeship and internship certificates and references. So if you have like all these internship certificate, training, apprenticeship, references, you can add it. But that's if you have it. Then we recommend all applicants to submit the following additional documents, which are not mandatory. So these documents are not mandatory. 1 or 2 letter of recommendation from professors, employers, school teachers. So this is not mandatory, but if you have it, you can add it. It's just additional. Evidence of the net household income. So if you already here, we talked about household income. If you can already prove that your household income is very small or very low, you don't need evidence again. You don't need to, as long as you can prove it through bank statement, it's okay. Or you can just write a letter stating that your household income is very low. This is what your parents do. It's already enough. It's okay. That's it. But if you have, other evidence to prove it, it's all right. The application and not enclosed certificates and supporting documents must be submitted in German or English. So if the original document was issued in another language, you are also asked for a translation into German or English language. So we can get that. The selection criteria. So you can read that. You can read that right here. Selection criteria, verification process, scholarship benefits. For the scholarship benefit, you get a furnished room in shared student flat in Berlin. Then cost of living allowance currently is in the amount of 480 euros per month. So you get 480 euros per month for cost of living allowance. Then tuition fees is free. They will pay for your tuition fees. So all your tuition cost is covered. Then you get a furnished room in shared student flat in Berlin. So you're not going to be paying for accommodation. They're going to give you a furnished room in a shared student flat. So you get a room with bed, with mattress, with reading table, with reading lamp, with wardrobe, with toilet, with kitchen, furnished for you. You don't need to pay rent So they've subtracted the money for rent from the whole allowance. So they'll be giving you 480 euro per month just for feeding and clothing and taking care of yourself. So you don't even need to pay for rent because they'll be covering your rent, they'll be covering your tuition fee, possibly also a travel contribution for the journey to Berlin before the start of the course of the study, and for the journey home after successful completion of the course. So they are going to be giving you travel allowance to come all the way to Berlin to study. Then when you are done studying, yes, you're supposed to go back to your home country. That's if you pick the option of going back to your home country. They would, also help with the money to go back to your home country. But if you don't pick that option and you want to stay in Germany, then you have to pay them back all the money they spent on you for the scholarship. And you pay back in instrumentally. So you can read more about it to know the instrumental payment of the money. This video is getting too long. Please, if you've watched to this point, please like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification so that when I post new videos and new scholarship, you'll be the first to see it. So we're going to go back to project description. I said I was going to show you how to write a project description because it's very essential to getting the scholarship. So we're back to the project description. It is just right below the guideline when you get on the page. So you can go there and, we're just going to click on it to see how to, write a project description. So the project description is an important part of the application material for the SBW Berlin Scholarship. Not only do you have to have selected your project idea correctly, but you also must describe it in an understandable and structured way. Thus, we have created some important information for you here. So, background: for financial, structural, or personal reasons, the gap between the need of the people in a country and what the government offer can often not be closed. Non-profit organizations and social projects are therefore trying to help fill that gap. First, answer the question for yourself: in which area, how do I want to contribute to improving the living condition in my own country? So this project description is just basically talking about you picking an aspect in your own country that you think that people in your own country are lacking in. Do you get something that resonates with whatever you're going to go and study? Let's say, for instance, you're going to go and study climate change. So you have to pick a project description that is within climate change. Like, what is going on in your country in the climate sector? What do you think people are lacking? How do you want to, close that gap? How has that organization you've been working for been able to help? And what is it that, has not yet been covered that you think that when you go for this scholarship, when you go for this program that you're going for with this scholarship, you'll be able to learn and go back to your own country and cover. I don't know if it makes more sense. For sure that it all depends on how you structure, whatever it is that you're talking about. You can go online and Google, how to structure project descriptions, and just read this. I don't want to read this because it's going to make this video too long. This video is already long already. So please read this. Maybe you will get an insight on what to write. And please go back to the guideline and read the guideline from A to Z so you can have better understanding on how to apply to this scholarship. So that's about that. And again, like I said before, when you're applying to this scholarship, please apply for university as well. This scholarship will not apply, the body will not apply to university for you. You are the one that will apply to university in Berlin and Potsdam. Only schools in Berlin and Potsdam. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification. So when I post new scholarships, you will be the first to see it and you can apply. See you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.